Hey, what's up, LMX fam? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the hottest topics in South African politics, the rise of the MKP, the Umkhonto we Sizwe party led by Jacob Zuma. Can MKP really unite all forces on the left? Will the economic freedom fighters eventually come on board? And are they offering tangible solutions? Or is it just another Zuma stockfell aimed at looting government coffers? Stick around as we break down the facts, the controversies, and what this all means for the future of South Africa. Let's start with the basics. The MKP, or Umkhonto we Sizwe party, officially entered the political arena in December 2023. Spearheaded by none other than former President Jacob Zuma, this party emerged from a familiar legacy. It takes its name from the historic liberation movement's military wing. But this isn't the old struggle. It's Zuma's attempt to recast himself as the champion of a radical new left in South Africa. In the 2024 national elections, MKP surprised many by capturing roughly 14 to 15% of the vote. That's a significant showing for a party that's less than a year old, and it's clearly tapped into the discontent among many former ANC supporters who feel betrayed by the ruling party's drift from its liberation ideals. Now, South Africa's left isn't a monolith. On one side you have the MKP, a party promising a return to a radical populist agenda led by Zuma. On the other, there's the Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF, headed by Julius Malema, a force known for its uncompromising stance on land expropriation and nationalization. Despite some ideological overlap, both advocate for land reform and state intervention in key sectors, the relationship between the MKP and the EFF has been anything but harmonious. In recent months we've seen high-profile defections from the EFF to MKP, but will the EFF ever merge its forces with MKP? Leaders like Malema have been quick to slam any talk of a merger, calling it a backstabbing and accusing MKP of exploiting racial tensions for personal gain. So, while both parties speak the language of the oppressed, their rivalry makes a unified left a steep challenge. So what exactly does the MKP promise? Their manifesto focuses on several critical issues: improving access to quality education and healthcare, tackling economic inequality, aggressive land redistribution, and taking on white monopoly capital. In theory, these policies sound like a bold alternative to what many see as the neoliberal drift of the ANC. But here's the big question. Are these tangible solutions, or just political rhetoric? Critics argue that MKP's platform might be little more than a repackaging of old promises. A recipe for looting government coffers rather than actually delivering results for everyday South Africans. The party's rapid rise has been accompanied by internal turmoil, legal battles, and controversies over its leadership structure. With Zuma at the helm, some say the focus seems to be more on consolidating power than on detailed, actionable policy plans. Which brings us to the million-rand question. Can MKP really unite all the left forces in South Africa? On paper, a united left combining MKP, EFF, and other progressive parties could challenge the long-dominant ANC in new ways. But in reality, it's complicated. The EFF has a well-established identity and loyal base that isn't exactly eager to hand over its power to a rival led by Zuma, whose own record is anything but spotless. Internal divisions, personal rivalries, and clashing visions for the country all stand in the way of a true leftist alliance. While MKP is making gains, especially in Zuma's stronghold in KwaZulu-Natal, the odds of a grand unification with the EFF remain slim. The question then is, even if they don't fully unite, could a fragmented left still tilt the balance in future elections? The jury's still out. Let's talk about power. With the ANC's dominance in decline, the party's vote share has dropped significantly over recent elections. There's a lot of speculation about whether a coalition led by the MKP could eventually rule South Africa. However, the current political landscape is a patchwork of competing interests. Even though MKP's electoral performance is impressive for a new player, it's still behind the ANC and even the Democratic Alliance in many areas. And remember, in South Africa's multi-party system, ruling isn't just about winning the popular vote, it's about forming stable coalitions. The current government of national unity includes the ANC, DA, and several smaller parties. For MKP to truly rule, it would have to either break away from the established coalition dynamics or force a realignment of the left that brings together a critical mass of votes. At this stage, that scenario appears unlikely, unless there's a dramatic shift in voter sentiment or a significant fallout within the ANC. So, where does that leave us? Will MKP succeed in uniting the left? Is it a genuine platform for progressive change or just another political gamble based on Jacob Zuma's personal brand? Here's the takeaway. MKP has certainly disrupted the status quo, capitalizing on voter discontent and the ANC's declining dominance. However, uniting forces with the EFF and other leftist factions is an uphill battle due to ideological differences and personal rivalries. While their manifesto promises transformative policies, the lack of detailed implementation plans and internal strife raises serious questions about their ability to govern effectively. At this point, the chances of MKP ruling South Africa as a unified force remain slim, unless there's a major realignment in the political landscape. What do you think? Is MKP the spark that will ignite a new era for South Africa's left, or are we just witnessing another chapter in Zuma's controversial political saga? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to LMX, and share this video with anyone interested in the future of South African politics. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.